Hello curlies, it's Mary. So this video is going to be a chit chat get ready with me for this look right here. This topic is going to be not for young children, so if you don't want your children to hear some grown folks talk, then I suggest that you might want to watch this video at another time. However, I feel like this is a important topic to discuss for young adults, so anyway, at your discretion whether you want young adults to watch or not if they are under the age of 18. In any case though, I hope that you enjoyed this video and I will see you soon in the next one. So I already moisturised my face using the Pur-lisse Balancing Moisturiser. So now I'm actually going to be using this, which is the Makeup Forever Step 1 Mattifying Primer. But I do love this primer because once you've put it on, your makeup is not shifting. So I already did my brows off camera, they're done, and I will leave a link to my eyebrow tutorial up here. But now moving on to my eyes, so I'm going to be using the Kiko Pearly Eye Base. I'm wanting to do a gold eye today, and I need something that's really going to make my eye colour really stand out. So today's topic of conversation is going to be Christian women and sexual health. I feel very, very passionately about this topic. So I don't think I've really talked a lot about my childhood on this channel, but I grew up in a very Jamaican traditional Pentecostal church. And unless you've really ever grown up in that environment yourself, like, you wouldn't know the impact that it has on you as a woman. For my eyes, I'm going to start with my favourite transition colour, which is Coco Deluxe by The Body Shop. Now, I'm not going to say that growing up in that kind of environment was all bad. I think that it definitely gives you a really good grounding in your faith, and you grew up with a very strong faith to a certain extent. But there's also a danger, because so many of the rules about what you do, don't do, can or can't do, a lot of the rules tend to be focused on women more than men. But what I do want to talk about is, I guess, what I would describe as the levels of ignorance within that kind of church environment with regards to just general things about women's health and about how our bodies function. Because basically, I guess you're brought up with a level of shame about your body. And even though the Bible tells you, like, very clearly that God has made your body, there's this thought that, well, all you basically need to do is not have sex before you're married and everything will be fine. So you don't really need to know about your body, about how it works. And yeah, this is going to be a very honest video. I'm going to say the word vagina quite a lot. So you don't need to know anything about your vagina, about how it works, about sexual health, you know, and because of a lot of very judgmental thoughts, it leaves you very vulnerable and in a position where you're actually putting yourself in danger. Okay, so I'm taking this colour Beauty Marked, and I'm taking a smaller blending brush, and this is a colour that I'm going to just put on the outer corners of my eyes. Growing up, for example, you know, like, they used to have those Caniston ads on TV, and I grew up thinking that, you're gonna laugh at me, but I grew up thinking that thrush was a sexually transmitted infection. When these thrush adverts would come on TV, my mum would often say, these people are too nasty, them sleep with too much man, and that's why these things happen to them. You know, just those kind of offhand comments. And me being too young to really know or understand what this even was, kind of, you know, had kind of coloured the way that I looked at just general things about sexual health or that kind of stuff. Now, I'm not saying that to say anything negative about my mum, because actually me and my mum can talk about a lot of stuff to do with sexual health, which I'm very, very, very grateful for. But a combination of those kind of comments and also the church environment that I grew up in, there were some things that I feel like I was ignorant about and I only learned more about when I got older. And I wanted to talk about it because I kind of perceived that amongst the Christian community, particularly single Christian women, we have this kind of idea of it like immunity, and it makes me very uncomfortable. And this immunity is about this thought that, well, I'm doing everything God's way, so because I'm not having sex until I'm married, I don't have to know about my vagina. I don't need to check on it. I don't need to do anything, you know, to safeguard my health. That can just go on. When I get married, I'll think about all of those things, but I don't need to think about that now. Yes, you do. For example, let's say an illness like cervical cancer. When I was growing up, I had comments like, excuse me if this is going to sound very offensive, but it's real, okay? I had comments like, well, if them never sleep with so much man, then them wouldn't get that. So apparently the statistics and research does suggest that if you are a virgin, that you're a lot less likely to get cervical cancer. That's true. But it has been known to happen. And I just think that we need to really raise our level of awareness. Equally, there are women who have had a whole load of sexual partners and have never contracted cervical cancer. So I don't understand like where this judgmental attitude is coming from, that almost paints the picture of God like God is sitting in heaven looking down upon the earth, trying to find promiscuous people or people who've had a lot of sexual partners to just strike with an illness. If that's the God that you believe in, fair enough for you, but that's not the God that I believe in. Now, actions do have consequences, and if you have a higher number of sexual partners, there are certain consequences to that, but it's not a linear A to B, like, okay, you've done X, therefore you will get Y. Life doesn't work that way. So now I'm going to be using my Urban Decay shadow box, and I'm going to be using this gold colour here called Smog, and that's going to basically go in the centre of my lids. I'm going to tell you a story that I read, okay? And it's about a Christian couple who were engaged, okay? If you're on Snapchat, you already heard this story, but I'm going to tell you, okay? And they had made the decision that they did not want to have sex before they were married. So they were waiting for their wedding night, which is great, okay? However, the man, I guess he got to a point where he just felt like he couldn't go without sex anymore. He decided he was going to, he just wanted to do it. Now, with all of the sense in his head, he decided he was going to find a prostitute to sleep with without a condom. Okay? I repeat, without a condom. Okay, so of course he did not tell his wife to be that that's what he did, but that's what he did. Okay? A couple of months down the line, they got married, got to the wedding night, consummated their marriage, everything seemed to be fine, until it turned out that they both contracted HIV. Yes. He contracted HIV from the prostitute that he slept with, and he passed it on to his new wife. No matter for what reason, you need to go and get tested. Okay? Even if you've decided, you know, between you and your partner that you both want to save yourselves from marriage, I think that's one of the best decision that you could make. That's great, that's amazing. But you still need to go and get yourself checked out. Number one, people do make mistakes, okay? people do mess up and they fall, okay? You may be dealing with someone who has decided to renew their vow of virginity to God and decided that they're not going to have sex again, but they have had sex in the past. Okay, so next I'm going to be using this colour by Colourpop, which is called So Quiche, and I'm going to be using it on a tapered blending brush. Now I'm going to bring this close to the camera so you can actually see what it looks like. The camera's actually not doing this justice right now, but basically it is like, it's basically a gold colour, but it has pinky coloured glitter in it. I need some gold drama for this look. Yeah, it just adds a really nice pop to your eyelid. Love it. But my stance is just this, okay? If you are going to make a choice to have sex, at the very least, be wise about the choice that you're going to make and protect yourself and another person. And it's not just the person that you're with right now, it's also somebody that you may be with in the future. Yes, condoms are not 100% effective. They you know, they don't protect the whole genital area, they only protect you to a certain extent. But mate, I'm going to tell you something, I would prefer some protection over no protection at all. If somebody thinks that I'm actually encouraging somebody to sin because of my statements, then do you know what, yeah, on my own head be it, but do you know what, if that ends up saving somebody's life, then I'll gladly take that. And even if you make the choice to, you know, not go for a checkup or not to be tested, I would rather that you do that as it being an educated decision than a non-educated decision. So do some research. You know, find out what research says about cervical cancer. Find out what a smear test is and what they actually look for when they're doing a smear test, or as Americans call it, a pap smear, okay? Educate yourself about the things that are available to you in order to safeguard your health. Please do not be complacent. And please do not allow a judgmental attitude about what other people are or are not doing to make you think that something cannot affect you, because it can. So, I have another story to tell you. And this time, it's a story about a man and his wife. And again, sexual health. So, this man was married to his wife. And his wife kept getting recurrent yeast infections, or she was experiencing recurrent thrush. Now, this man was actually at the point of being ready to leave his wife because she kept getting thrush over and over. Why? Why, you ask? Because he thought, again, that thrush was a sexually transmitted infection. And so he thought that the reason why his wife kept getting thrush was because she was cheating on him. Like, this is the level of ignorance I'm talking about people not knowing simple things about health. Like, thrush is something that happens to so many women so many times. Now, had this man not spoken to someone else about it, his marriage would have mash up. Yeah, his marriage would be over, okay? I just want to encourage us as women overall, but in particular Christian women who have had the kind of background that I have had, or similar, to just learn about your body, learn about yourself. Yeah, so I already did my foundation, and now I am just doing my concealer. I also just want to talk about the reluctance amongst women who are virgins to go and get smear tests, or pap smears as you guys call them. I was advised, like, you know, my mum basically said to me, if it was me like you. I wouldn't go and get that done unless I was sexually active. And I understand why she said that, because she wanted to basically spare me an ordeal, okay? So yeah, I understand the reluctance, like, okay, if you hardly know about the area yourself and you've never had a man be in that area, okay, then I understand the reluctance of letting somebody do a smear test on you and basically looking into that area. I completely get it. But what I would say is make sure that you research, that you look into it, and that you consider whether it's something that you really want to do, as opposed to just simply listening to what other people say. I heard from someone yesterday on Snapchat who said to me that they know someone who, you know, would not refuse, literally refuse to get a smear test. By the time that person did actually do a smear test, it was too late. The cancer that they had actually advanced so far that nothing could be done. Okay, so I've decided to use my LA Girl Pro-Conceal in Warm Honey because it is just a slightly brighter colour than Fawn, and I'm going to be using that to basically highlight. I just feel like basically like whatever you need to do to feel comfortable enough to go ahead and have a smear test, if that's what you want to do, then you should do it. You have the right to request certain things, you know. You have the right to request a female member of staff if that's really what you want, you know. You have the right to request to have, you know, somebody with you if you want just to feel like you're accompanied by someone who, you know, will care or will support you or whatever. You know, you can do those things. But, you know, don't feel worried or feel like, oh my gosh, well, what if it's a man or whatever. Well, you know, if it's, you know, if you prefer a female, then just request that, you know. But, you know, don't sit there and, you know, just leave your health up to chance and then just think that God is going to save you. No. So while that is highlighting and baking, I am going to be contouring, and I'm going to be using the Love Contours All palette by NYX, and as you can see, it's a very lovely neutral palette. I'm going to be using this colour right here in the circle. That's going to be my contour colour. I know, the funny thing is I know, like, I literally look like a clown right now. So these lashes are by Adore and they're called Olivia. Okay, so I've done a couple of things off camera. I've done my lashes. Come a bit closer. I've done my lashes. I'm not sure how happy I am with these lashes, but they're done, right? Okay, and they are still drying. I put a bit of blush on, which is this one. It is Shimmer Waves in the shade Bronze by The Body Shop. I actually have come to like really like this. And I've also taken this sculpting brush from Real Techniques, and I just use that to kind of blend around my hairline a bit because we have a little bit of like not blendedness going on around here. Okay, so to actually do the outline of my lips, I'm going to be using this colour, which is Diva by MAC. I have a lip liner, but it's a lighter colour than this, and I just love the effect that this makes on my lips when I kind of have like it just has a slightly darker outer tone to my outer lips, is what I mean. Okay, so now I'm actually going to be using a lipstick I have never used before, and this is the Artist Rouge Matte by Makeup Forever. Now it says Artist Rouge Matte, but if you look at it, you can see it's quite glossy. So I don't know what it's going to come out as, but whatever colour, whatever it does, I'm looking forward to seeing. So we're going to find out together, right? Okay. Oh wow, that is red. I love it though. And it does come out quite matte, but it's not like, it has enough moisture in it that you don't feel like the whole of your lip is drying out basically. That's basically it. So now this is meant to be a Christmas party look, so like the drama is just got to be all dramatic. It's not going to be like a, you know, kind of tame look. This is meant to be like a full-on glam look. So I am using my Sleek Face Form contouring and blush palette. I'm just going to be using these two colours. You can use either one of them as a highlighter, it really doesn't matter, but I think I'm going to use a little bit of both. So I want it to go here, just like, yes, glowing. And then I love to put a little bit here right by my brows. So of course, you know, I've been loving Ofra's Rodeo Drive. Oh my god, I love this so much. I'm taking this little like really cute little mini fan brush from Real Techniques to do that. Love it. Okay. Yep, that's like, yeah, that's that extra highlight. So basically, like, guys, yeah, this is the finished look. It is just a very golden sort of smoky eye and a very red lip, because of course it is Christmas. It's that season when, you know, like a lot of parties happen, and it's meant to be just like a party glam type look. So yeah, I fully forgot to put on my party glam earrings. Anyway, guys, yeah, this has been a bit of a different video for me. Oh, that's better. What is this piece of hair doing though? Like, anyway. I hope that you enjoyed this chit chat, get ready with me. I'd really like to hear in the comment section what you guys thought about the topic that I decided to bring to you guys. Yeah, it's just, yeah, you know, like, I think there's so much more that I really want to say, especially about Christianity, about life. Anyway, if I can just raise a bit of awareness on this channel, on my platform, then that would, you know, I feel like that's a great thing to do. So let me know in the comment section below what you think, and I will see you soon in the next video. Take care. Bye.